Hi, and welcome to GVTV. I'm Marlene Ami. Biomass, export credits, carbon sinks. You may have heard these terms as part of the Kyoto Agreement on climate change. Signing Kyoto means that Canada has agreed to reduce its greenhouse gas emissions by 6% below 1990 levels by the year 2012. But here at the local level, what initiatives are happening to reduce greenhouse gases? And why should we bother anyhow?
We've had a pretty stable climate for, relatively speaking, 10,000 years. I mean, there's been ups and downs, but there's never been a dramatic shift like we have the potential to see with climate change. So preventing climate change is the most important aspect of Kyoto.
Greenhouse gas emission reduction initiatives are highly correlated with creating sustainable, livable communities.
Kyoto, of course, and climate change and CO2 emissions is a fact of life for Canada. And cities are taking action on their own because when you can make the business case for improved environmental performance, why wouldn't you do it?
In the past, industry has been a large player in greenhouse gas emission reductions and heavy-duty vehicles or trucks. We tend to still think that those are the predominant sources of emissions in this region because they're so visible. But in the region today, we're a largely urbanized area. Our industry has been declining, and now motor vehicles and buildings have superseded industry.
Just by purchasing an SUV over a car, you increase your greenhouse gas emissions by over a ton each year. So, I mean, that completely inefficient means of transportation needs to be addressed.
We're concerned with how our fleets are managed and what our fleets are composed of. So we did buy some hybrid vehicles, and the electricity component offsets the demand for fossil fuels in the engine. So it reduces greenhouse gas emissions just in the normal course of driving your vehicle. In the building side of things, we're looking at how are we designing buildings today. Most buildings, if appropriately designed, could reduce energy load on the building over its life cycle by 60%.
There's probably opportunities for what's called cogeneration at some of our larger institutions like the hospitals and universities and larger buildings. And with cogeneration, what happens is you take the heating system in the building and you extract some of that energy and turn it into electricity. I mean, that would help defer the need for new power plants.
In British Columbia and the Lower Mainland, we enjoy some of the lowest electricity prices anywhere in North America. I don't think that that's going to stay, so we have to look more at how the type of materials that you use in the building also has an energy component attached to it.
What we were looking right from the beginning was to address the project in the light of regional sustainability. By replacing cement with fly ash, we were able to eliminate close to 2,800 tons of carbon dioxide emissions. Fly ash is a byproduct from thermal power plants. So that is a waste material, and if we can use that material into this concrete, we get a proper replacement. At the same time, the concrete qualities also will be improving.
One of the really depressing things about Canada being so linked to the fossil fuel industry is that we're missing the boat on renewable energy. And it's really too bad because this is a real growth opportunity.
Corporations and governments too are all having to improve environmental performance. As the business case is made for the benefits of improved environmental performance leading to bottom line improvements in terms of saving money, improving market share, then why wouldn't businesses and other organizations want to go down that path?
Most of the studies that were done prior to ratification of Kyoto looked at what the impact of just reducing fossil fuel would be on our economy. And we found in our own analysis that when you factor in the respending effect, the economy actually grows. It doesn't shrink. The simplest way to think of it is, if you're not spending your money on things that you have to have, like heat and energy, then you can use it in other ways.
As we move towards increasing reductions of energy use, we're becoming more efficient, more environmentally friendly. There's multiple social benefits, and it's really just a good way to create livable communities in this region.
You can see a detailed story on the construction process of the Little Mountain Reservoir on our website, www.gvtv.ca. For GVTV, I'm Marlene Ami. See you next time.